let's talk about what's in your dramatic play center, right? So everyone's been asking over in our free Facebook group called Preschool Teachers Are Superheroes, what do you put in your different centers? Like, what are the main things you should have? Is there something you need to have? How do you set it up and all that good stuff? So I'll talk about some of the things I like to put in my dramatic play center, or some of the cheap dollar store ideas that work really well. And then I'll turn the camera around and give you a tour. So the first thing I wanted to talk about with you was my favorite dramatic play toys. And I'll show you how they're stored in just a moment. I think I have to scoot over just a little bit to reach a few of them. But one of my favorites, sorry, I realized I was just a little too far. A birthday cake, right? Which kid doesn't relate to their birthday? So this is a birthday cake. I didn't give Tom a link. I found it on Amazon. It's wood, and there's little candles, and they Velcro on and off, and you can take this thing off the top, and they can have little pieces of birthday cake. And then at the dollar store, I found these little birthday party plates. So they love their plastic, and so they like to have a birthday party because that's something all kids can relate to, right? And I also have over here my Target Dollar Spot pocket chart, right? We all love the Target Dollar Spot, and they have these pocket charts during back to school time. And I put my vocabulary cards in here. So right now this is set up as a birthday party theme, but it can just be home living, housekeeping, it doesn't have to be anything special. But for this particular one, I have already set up here as a birthday party. And so the words that you would use, the terminology and the phrases you would use in a birthday are on the cards here. And that way the kids can look for those. So, okay, what's the next thing I wanted to show you? Probably, sorry, my dogs are gonna bark. The baby dolls. So my favorite place to find the baby dolls is Goodwill. Honestly, I like to find them. These are plastic Cabbage Patch dolls. They're not the soft kind, and this one has like real hair. She definitely needs like a relaxing treatment here. She has. Yes, Ellie, if you have children that don't celebrate birthdays, then make a different choice. So we always use our best judgment when it comes to those types of things. But I got her at the dollar store, not the dollar store, the Goodwill store, and then I bought these clothes for her since I saved so much money on but her little pants are falling down here. But I have dolls of different ethnicities. So if you have children in your classroom of different ethnicities, they need to be able to relate to the baby dolls. So I have several different ethnicities of baby dolls in my dramatic play center. You can probably find dolls like this used. I don't like the ones from the teacher stores so much because they're so expensive, and they're not as I just don't like them as much, and often they're soft-bodied or they have soft hair. Those soft-bodied, soft hair ones, they don't last very long. Not when you've got 20 or more kids in your classroom, right? And if you have 2 classes a day, forget it. Those don't last very long. So this baby doll, I've had her for 16 years. And then we give them baths every now and again, right? Fifi says that those Goodwill and consignment stores are the best. This is a baby bottle from the dollar store, so I have this here as well. Lisa's here. Hey, Lisa. So I'll show you the other baby dolls in a minute. I think having old cell phones, if you take the little card out, because they can still call 911. Old cell phones, I have this little play phone here, and they need to be able to call people on the phone, right? That's one of their favorite things to do. So pretend phones or old cell phones with the, what is that, SIM card taken out. Those are great for them to play with. They absolutely love those. This one I got at a garage sale or something. You can always find these at garage sales, right? Because parents are like, I need to get rid of that thing that talks. And if you take the batteries out, then you don't have to worry about it talking either, right? It's all up to you. I found that when I do put batteries in it, that they wear out really quickly because the kids will just keep pressing it and pressing it and pressing it. I don't put all of this out in the beginning of the year, Fifi, but that's a good question, and I'll get to what I put out at the beginning of the year in just a few minutes. Stephanie says she takes the battery out too. Don't blame you, Stephanie. The next thing I like to have, sorry about reaching out of the thing here. I was thinking about where my chair was in relation to the screen, but not in relation to like how easy it was to reach stuff. These little clipboards and paper. They're small clipboards. I don't know if you can tell, but they're small. They're like kid-sized. I think they got them at the dollar store, I'm not sure. And pencils and paper so that they can take messages or write grocery lists or write a note to the teacher or whatever it is they want to write. So we want to encourage and have motivation to write for a purpose. Jennifer says she has some Cabbage Patch Kids too. She buys preemie onesies. That's a good tip to dress your baby dolls. Very good. And then I have a stash of books, and you'll see these when we take the tour too. So I have books about food, and I try to include these books about different kinds of food. So this one's Hola Jalapeno, and this one is Yum Yum Dim Sum, and I have different types of foods. They have these books on Amazon. And Tom will drop a link to my general dramatic play page at Pre-K Pages, and it has links to all of these different things on it. So if you wanted to see what they look like in more depth or see a preview or whatever, you can go over to Amazon and do that. But these are linked on my dramatic play page, and close-up pictures of my dramatic play center from a couple years ago. Stephanie says watered down fabric softener works great for doll hair. Thanks for that tip. Thank you, Stephanie. I bought some dollar store detangler and I just haven't had a chance to use it on her, but it seems like every few months she needs another treatment. So it's sad but true. But she came like that. She was loved when I got her, and she's a baby doll that gets a lot of love. Okay. And then over here behind me, I don't know if you can kind of see that or not, but I have these command hooks on the wall, and I know not everyone can put command hooks on the wall, but I have some dress-up clothes there. I like to put little vests that don't have any closures on them. I totally want kids to learn self-help skills, but sometimes in the Dramatic Play Center, they have to go to the bathroom really quickly, and like aprons and stuff, they're hard to get off. We've had accidents. It happens. But I like these. They're easy to put on and off. They pretend to be the mail delivery person. They'll put them on. It doesn't matter what the vest looks like. It'll just be a significant thing that lets people know that there's something else other than a person in the house. So they've put it on when they've delivered pizza, and they've put it on when they knock on the door and deliver packages. They just put it on to signify that they are somebody outside of the house. And I didn't tell them to do that. They just do that on their own. And then of course we have, and this is also at the Dramatic Play link at Pre-K Pages, on my main Dramatic Play page, purses. Purses, your kids are gonna love purses in the Pretend Play or Dramatic Play Center. And then get yourself expired gift cards. We all get gift cards, right, every year. And when the money is gone off of them, what do you do with them? They become credit cards in the Dramatic Play Center. They're perfect for that. So when you get a gift card, you can put them in here. I have all kinds of my Big Lots reward card. Can you tell I'm a teacher? This is a hotel key. Here's another hotel key. So these are great to use as pretend credit cards in the Dramatic Play Center. So credit cards are something that they'll be familiar with. I have keys. This is from my old Head Start. It's like more than 20 years old. And these are old keys. And this is an old key fob or keychain that I had. And they think this is the coolest thing since sliced bread. You want to talk about must-haves in your Dramatic Play Center: a purse, some expired gift cards, some keys, a couple of baby dolls, and you're probably good. So I've got all kinds of gift cards in here. I have more purses, but they tend to stuff if somebody gets to the Dramatic Play Center first, they will take everything out of the other purses and stuff it into the one purse, because as women we know The more stuff in your purse, the better, right? And so they're like limping around the room. I'm like, what's wrong? This is really heavy. I'm like, well, that's because you stuffed it with 3 purses worth of stuff. So there's keys, a wallet, and those expired cards in there, and you can put whatever you want. And this is like a plasticky purse. It's from the 80s. This was my purse in high school. I'm not kidding you. It's like a plastic thing. And it's my purse from high school. Hey, Patricia from Laredo, welcome. So I have these things over here on command hooks, and then Walmart, at one point they were offering a promotion. If you did curbside delivery at Walmart, they would give you these Walmart bags, but they're little. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Maybe just take a minute and discuss the importance of dramatic play.
Oh, the importance of dramatic play. Well, why not? I can certainly do that. So this is a little tiny grocery bag, and I love the little grocery bag because I like to put the reusable grocery bags in the dramatic play center, but the full-size ones, they will load it up. And so this is a little one. I was like, yay. Okay, so Tom said y'all were asking about the importance of dramatic play. And here's the deal. In all of my dramatic play kits that I have over at Pre-K Pages, and Tom will share a link to all of those dramatic play kits, and I know the tribe members that are here have those play kits and use them. I have an article that I wrote about how dramatic play supports early learning standards. So dramatic play can support any early learning standard. You just have to know child development and how kids learn. So dramatic play can support oral language development and those peer-to-peer conversations. So research shows that one of the 4 factors that determines future reading success is oral language. So we want to support oral language development, and the way that we do that most effectively with young children is through peer-to-peer conversations. Teacher-to-kid conversation is fine, but peer-to-peer is more powerful. Hi, Angel. So dramatic play does that. So right there off the bat, you have one of your 4 factors for future reading success, right? Play is going to help with self-regulation skills. When kids can play, they problem solve, they share, they're interacting with each other, they learn self-regulation skills. And self-regulation skills are things that children need to have in place so that they can then go on to the next whatever it is they're going to do, and they can attend for longer periods of time. They can wait for longer periods of time and take turns. And so what I'm referring to here is eventually they'll do things like guided reading and math groups and things like that, and they will need to be able to have those self-regulation skills in place. So when the teacher is working with a small group with guided reading, that those other children have that self-regulation that they need so that they can be independent in the classroom, follow the rules and the routine. So self-regulation is a life skill. It's not just an early childhood skill, but it starts developing at a very early age. So if children get to the older grades and they don't have it yet, it becomes very difficult for them to learn. So self-regulation is a huge part of dramatic play. So the social interactions they're getting, the problem solving skills, the sharing, all that stuff. Oh, I'm sorry if self-regulation makes you mad. Hey, Letitia, welcome. First time viewer. Wonderful. Okay, there's lots more that dramatic play can support. Motivation to read. I just showed you the books. Motivation to write for a purpose. So I showed you the paper and the pencil there. And there's lots of other things that you can put in your dramatic play center to encourage both of those. But dramatic play can support almost any standard that you want it to if you look at how dramatic play works. Okay, I hope that helps. All right, some of my other toys. So I have little cans in here. I think these are Melissa and Doug. So I have some canned goods in here. They're pretend. See, they're not real. And I have veggies and a salad and all kinds of play food, okay? And then I have the dishes and the cups, and you can see links to all my favorites over on the dramatic play page. So let me turn the screen around so that you can see the furniture set up. Now, just FYI, for those of you that are just joining us, I I have a 13 by 13 foot classroom. So it's tiny, right? So it is very, very small. So I downsized my dramatic play center furniture. So I used to have a nice like sink and with cabinets and a countertop type of little kitchen, right? That a lot of us have. And in this classroom, I had to downsize that in order to make room for everything else that we needed in here as well. So it's a very small classroom, but I think I made good use of the space. So let me turn. Sure, you can use real cans if you have a nice can cutter, can opener that doesn't make sharp edges. Totally do that. Okay, so let me turn the screen around. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if I can do that. So here we go. Over here, trying to get the camera to do what I want. So over here we have the, those Sterilite, that's a brand name. Sterilite is those plastic containers that you see at Walmart all the time, and they have 3 drawers, right? You can see the 3 drawers. I got a skinny one and one that's a little wider. And Tom spray painted this skinny one silver for me, so now it looks like a refrigerator. And then I made these little stickers, and Tom will drop a link to all the Dramatic Play printables at Pre-K Pages, so you can find the stickers too. And I put stickers on the front of each drawer, and the little teal one there was already teal. And I added the little burners on the top there. Those are printed on sticker paper. So now I have a little kitchen set that takes up very little space. So if you, sorry about the camera, I'm going to actually take it off the tripod and hold it, because I was trying to use a tripod and that wasn't working well. So there we go. Now I have more control. Okay, so here I just put the fruits and veggies in there, the other food in here, and there's a pot holder, more food in there. Here we have the cans. Here's the salad makings and some miscellaneous stuff. I'm not real strict about where the stuff goes. I just like the dishes to be in one place. So the kids can just put away the food. I tell them the food in the refrigerator and the dishes in this bottom thing of the stove, and then whatever else is left goes in the other drawers. And I'm fine with that because it's off the floor, it's off the tabletops, right? And I have this cake left out here because this is something that I was doing before. So the cake is there because I have it set up like a birthday party. And over here, and this is something that people liked a lot last year when I showed it. This is that art cart that I got from IKEA, this beige thing here. And it's supposed to be like some kind of art cart or storage cart. I've seen ladies in hair salons use them too. But I didn't have room for my big baby doll bed anymore. I had a really nice Fisher-Price, I think it was Fisher-Price, pink plastic baby doll bed. I loved it, but I didn't have any room for it. So I bought this art cart, and now I have bunk beds for my babies. So here, I'll get in closer for you. So there's the little baby doll that I just showed you. I have a blanket in there, a soft fleece blanket that she lays on, and that's her spot. And down there in the bottom, you can see I have 2 more babies, and they're also laying on a fleece blanket. Yeah, they have those art carts at different places. I got mine at IKEA, and it was super cheap there, so I went with that. So that's what I have on this wall. Let me see if I can move. Turn this way. Oh, so right above the kitchen set is this fake curtain rod. It's called a cafe rod, and I got it at Walmart for like $1 or something. And then the curtain part, I'm sorry the curtain makes you mad, the curtain part was $1.50 at Daiso. So I have these cute little cafe curtains. I could totally make a little window on the wall there, but I haven't yet. And guess what? The kids haven't noticed, and they're not sad about it. And then over here, I have this bulletin board here, and there's the pocket chart I talked about. Now, this chair is not usually here. That's the chair I was sitting in when I was talking to you before, but that chair is not usually there. I just moved it over here so I could sit on it and talk to you tonight. And what else is over here? So over here, don't know if you can see very well, but down here, I have these 2 cookie trays attached to the back of the cabinet. And these are the word cards I have left over from my baby nursery. But you can put anything you want on there. So I printed those on magnet stickers, or printable magnets, Avery printable magnets. And then they can have the word cards on there. There's a couple different options for that. I don't know if you can see this. But that's my Dramatic Play Center center sign. So I have these signs in every center, and they have a picture of the center in the middle, and then the educational rationale for what we're doing at the bottom. I don't know if it's turned around for you or not. Let me see if I can. Is that better? Okay. There we go. So in the Dramatic Play Center, we're developing expressive language, communicating our thoughts and ideas, thinking creatively, practicing our problem-solving skills, developing self-regulation skills. So I have those are available over in the Pre-K Pages store. And then you can see some of my other centers back there. I'll get to those on another day. But that is actually all that I have. Oh, I have a little table too. Right now I have my iPad on it because I was looking at comments on that. But that's all I have, and that's plenty right now. The kids are totally fine with it. So I was going to answer a few more of those questions that I get a lot about dramatic play. So let me just make sure I showed you everything. I got the clipboards, the paper, the pencils, the phone, the books. You want to see the books more closely? People always ask me, what kind of books do you have? So here's the 2 that I showed you before. These books are about families, meals, shopping, all that stuff. Okay. Things around the house, cooking, but you could put menus there, and let me turn the screen around again. Okay. There we go. All right. Okay, so I was going to tell you what else people usually ask, okay? And so some of those questions are, how often do you change out the things in the center? And that's going to really depend on you. So I like to give things in the Dramatic Play Center at least 2 weeks. That's a good amount of time for kids to have had several turns in there and got used to the items and all that good stuff. But you can totally leave it alone for a month. When I was in the classroom, a lot of the time, I just didn't have time to change everything out all the time, right? Because that's just one more thing we have to do. And we have to gather all the materials or buy them in most cases. So I didn't change it out as often. And that's when I started creating the Dramatic Play printable kits, which Tom will drop a link to you. Yeah, there he has done that. To make it easier for you to change out the props in your Dramatic Play Center. We have 80, I know, it was crazy. When I counted them before I got on tonight, 80 printable Dramatic Play kits over at Pre-K Pages. Now, if you're a member of the Teaching Tribe, you have access to well, those are just the blog posts, 80 blog posts about dramatic play at Pre-K Pages. But if you're a member of the Teaching Tribe, we have more than 20 dramatic play kits that you can print out and use right away. No, this is not what I would put out at the beginning of the year, Allie. Not at all. I haven't got to that part yet. This is the stuff that lives in my Dramatic Play Center, but when I get ready to open it up to the children at the beginning of the year, I would not have all this stuff out. Absolutely not. Where was I? So we have 80 posts about dramatic play over on the Pre-K Pages blog, and we have more than 20 printable dramatic play kits over on Pre-K Pages, or for members of the Teaching Tribe to download right away. And one of those is the birthday kit that's right behind me. People always ask me when I change out my dramatic play, do I take the furniture out? And the answer is no, because I don't know where I would put it. And also, like the pizza shop, they need an oven, right? Yeah. The birthday party, they need a sink or a countertop to put the birthday cake on. Almost all of the dramatic play stuff except like the spaceship or whatever. And then I wrapped it in foil. So I don't take it out. I just leave it there and the food can stay. Baby dolls can stay. Baby dolls can eat pizza at the pizza parlor. Baby dolls can eat ice cream. Baby dolls make great companions for a lot of things. Maria says her kids love the ice cream stand idea and they will not let me change it. Hey, if their interest is held, go with that. I have the post office, all that good stuff. So, I also have a set of printable labels. If you have, at one time I had a much larger dramatic play center and I had a tub for each of the food items, each of the different types of food items. And I made printable labels for those. So they're free and Tom will drop a link to those free printable dramatic play labels. Now that I have this set up with the little Stairlight tubs, I don't need to do that anymore. And it makes cleanup really quick and easy. So what would I have out at the beginning of the year? I would put away almost all of that food and I would have out like 4 pieces of pizza. Because whatever the food that your kids will relate to the most, I'm going to put that pretend food out for the beginning of the year. So, sorry, I'm holding my phone by hand now because I took it off the tripod when I was giving you the tour. So, I would have out 4 pieces of pizza, a couple of plates, and 2 baby dolls. Maybe the purse. Yeah. Seriously. That's what I would put out for the beginning of the year. When I introduce the center to the children, I am going to take the baby doll. I'll take her right now since she's right here. And I'll tell them this is my baby doll and we can give her a name together if we want. And she is my baby. And what do we do with babies? Can you tell me? And now I'm rocking her and patting her. What do babies need? Oh, yes. Do you have a baby brother at home? What does your brother need? He needs to have a bottle. And then I would take the baby bottle out and I would give her a bottle and I would hold her in my arms and I would say, that's right, we can give the baby a bottle. And what else does your baby need? Of course, my baby's pants are falling off and I would pat her and rock her. And they would say, she needs to have her diaper changed. And I would say, that's right. And we can do that with the baby too. What else does the baby like? And we would go through this scenario and I would introduce to them that babies like to be read to because I'm trying to instill a lifelong habit in them. And I would rock her and hold her and show them how to treat her. And then I would ask them, do we throw the baby on the floor? Does your mom do that to your brother? I didn't think so. Let's not do that to our baby either. And, I would just make sure that they know the baby doesn't go on the floor. We don't hit the baby. And when we're done with the baby, when we want to move on to something else, we put her back in her bed. We don't put her, should we put her in the refrigerator? Would she like that? No, let's put her in her bed. And I would introduce the baby doll. And then I would take out my 4 pieces of pizza and my couple of plates, maybe 4 plates if I have 4 pieces of pizza. And I would say, and now I'm going to have dinner. And I love pizza. And I would model taking out the plates and the pizza and pretend eating it. And then I would definitely go through the whole, do we really put it in our mouth? Is it real food? No, it's pretend. We know better than that. And so that's what I would do with the food. And then I would show them where it goes. I'm done with my pizza and I throw it on the floor. And they say, no, you don't throw pizza on the floor at your house. No. Okay. Well, then where should I put this pizza now that I'm done with it? You should put it back where it came from. And I'll show them where it goes. Same for the plates. And we will go through that. So I've had 4 pieces of pizza, 4 plates, a couple of baby dolls. I might show them how to wrap the baby doll in a blanket and have her bottle out there. And then I might show them the purse because that's high interest, high interest. And that's it. They don't know that there's anything else that goes in the center yet. They don't know that there's a ton more food and plates out and dress up stuff. They haven't seen that yet. So they're good with this, okay? So just put out enough stuff for each kid that you're going to practice with to have something. And then gradually add the other stuff in as you go. So I'm not going to add a bunch of books until I see them rocking the baby and reading to the baby. And I say, you know what? Do you think your baby would like to read about whatever? Well, I have another book. Would you like to put it over there? And do you think your baby would like some grapes? I have these pretend grapes or whatever it is. Would you like to put those in the refrigerator so your baby can have them for a snack later? You would? Well, here they are. Hey, Amanda. I talked about like my secret sauce for my center, opening each center yesterday on Facebook. And so you can go and watch that broadcast from the very beginning as soon as we're done here tonight. So I'm just going to open 1 or 2 centers a day, depending on how my first day goes. I don't let them have at it because if they go to a center that hasn't been introduced to them, they may not have any frame of reference. It's not going to be meaningful to them, and they won't know what to do with the materials. And so that's how we get kids who, what teachers always tell me, they tear it up. They tear stuff up because they don't know what it is or how to use it. So I need to introduce everything to them, show its uses and its non-uses using that gradual release model where we do together, and then you do. That gradual release model is really effective for introducing centers. So you're definitely going to want to go back and watch that. So Melissa asks, how many children? So I taught public pre-K for 20 years. The average number of students in my class was 20. So I had 20 or more in each class. Most of the time I had a morning class and an afternoon class every day, Monday through Friday. And so I have done this way with my kids for many, many, many years. And then a few years ago, I left the public school system, and now I have a very small in-home preschool in my home. And so now when I do it, it's very simple. I can pretty much show them all the centers. My classroom is 13 by 13. So great, Amanda. Let me, I have a baby doll in one hand and a camera in the other. And now I want to check comments. Let me put the baby doll down. Crazy. Now, when I did this live tonight, my thought in my head was that, Vanessa, it has to be better than last year's Dramatic Play Center video, because we have more than a year of live videos here on Pre-K Pages. We go live usually every Monday and Wednesday. This week I'm going to be going live every day because we're getting ready for the Teaching Tribe to open. But I thought that tonight, just make sure it's not as shaky or as bad as last year, and I don't think I've met that goal. Terry asked, do you have a suggested outline? And I can't see all the comments. It only shows me like 5 words. Put the poor baby doll in the oven, says Christy. Hey, Christy, another real life person. Yay! Christy's here. Yeah, put the baby doll in the oven, the refrigerator. Yeah, all that stuff. Yes, you definitely don't want to have too much out at the beginning of the year. Absolutely. So I have blog posts I have 80 blog posts at Pre-K Pages about dramatic play and what I put in for each theme and how I change it out. And just dramatic play is one of my passions, Erin. So there's a lot for you over there. Let me see if I can put this on the tripod because I seriously cannot read the comments on here because it shows me 5 words. There we go. Let's try that. And I took my tripod with me to splash, and now it's crooked because I think I bent it. Okay, this will be better because now I can look at my iPad. Terry says, do you have a suggested outline for the year? Why, yes, I do, Terry. What a good question. It's called The Teaching Trailblazer. It's a free, printable, 50-page pre-K pacing guide. Tom will drop a link to it for you below, and you can download that and get an outline for the whole year. Okay. Yep, Gladys, I just gave my center introduction. Erin says, what do you include at in the block center at the beginning of the year? Erin, I'm going to give you that in one word, blocks. But I will do a post or a video about that. But I don't put anything out in the block center except blocks that first time I introduce it. No, nothing else. Because some kids have never played with blocks. They simply haven't. And I've always worked exclusively with Title I children. So my Title I kids, they don't have, those are at-risk children, and they don't have blocks at home. You know, their parents aren't out buying unit blocks. So that is what I'm going to show them how to use first. Nicole is here from Scottsdale. Hi, Nicole. Let's see. What themes do you have for dramatic play? Well, how long do you have, Fifi? Because I have more than 20. So you can see birthday party back here. I have a baby doll nursery, post office, grocery store is really popular, doctor's office is really popular, veterinarian's office is really popular. And then I have the dramatic play hot cocoa stand is really popular in the winter. I've got the pumpkin patch and the apple orchard, which are really popular in the fall. I've got a garden and farm stand. So many. I can't list them all, but there's more than 20 of them. Let's see. How many friends are allowed in there? Princess asks, how many kids do I usually let into a center? And so my dramatic play center, it's really going to depend on the size of the center and the number of kids I have in my class and what I feel comfortable with. I think that the dramatic play center can be done easily with 4 children, or 5 or even 6. It depends on how big your center is. So if you have a really large dramatic play center and it can hold more children, then go for it, because it's more opportunities for problem solving. I want to be the mommy. No, I want to be the mommy. Okay. And I want to be the baby, and I want to be the dog. Usually they're fighting over who's going to be the dog. And I'm like, let's have multiple dogs. And then everyone's a dog. Renelle says she loves the stickers. Beth says she loves the spray painted refrigerator. Tom did that, so thanks to Tom. Preschool teachers are superheroes. Hey, Marilyn, she wants to know if she can get into preschool teachers are superheroes. You have to answer the questions before you can get in. So just to make sure that the group isn't filled with spammers, that's all. Hey, Terry, what's the Teaching Tribe? You're just full of good questions tonight, Terry. The Teaching Tribe is my premium membership site for teachers just like you. Teachers of preschool, pre-K, kindergarten, Head Start, in-home childcare, and more. It's a place where I help teachers teach better, save time, and live more. And the good news about the Teaching Tribe is that it's opening on Friday, August 4th. And so what's the Teaching Tribe about? Now you know what it's for. What's it about? So we have some main benefits. The Vault. The Vault is where all the paid printables from pre-K pages live. There's $891 worth of printables. That's not what you pay. You get access to those 24/7 as a member. So everything that we have over at pre-K pages that's a paid resource is available in the Vault to members 24/7 at your fingertips. Tom will drop a link to the sneak peek list. You can get a sneak peek of every single printable that's in there today, and we add new ones every month. So the value of the Teaching Tribe Vault, we started out the Teaching Tribe more than a year ago with $600 worth of stuff in the Vault, and now it has $891 worth. So those Tribe members that have been with us for more than a year have gotten a really good value. We also have 2 trainings every month. Each one comes with a certificate of attendance, and we have a sneak peek of all the topics that we have covered already in the Teaching Tribe. Each month we add 2 more. So when we started the tribe, we only had a few, and then the next month we added 2 more and 2 more and 2 more, and now we have more than 30 videos that are ready and waiting for teachers as soon as they join. And you can catch a peek of those topics over in that link that Tom's going to drop. The community, we have a fabulous community. Many of them are here tonight. You can ask them questions in the comments. The community is a supportive, safe haven for new and veteran teachers. So it's a place for you to ask questions and get answers. The payment options, 2 options. We have 2 options for payment. One is monthly and one is annual. And annual membership is $290. So you get a savings of 2 months that way. And this is a absolute complete steal at this price, because if you look at the cost of the trainings, if you were to pay for training for more than 30 hours worth of training, you would pay a lot of money. And then all the printables that I have designed, and the supportive community. And then we have book studies. We're doing a book study now. Tribe members, I put a new chapter up today. And then we also have this little how to get your school to pay for your membership brochure. So Tom will drop a link to that. You can copy and paste that and send it to your admin, but it's probably better to print it out and give it to them in person and say, please, pretty please. So that's what the Teaching Tribe's all about. So every day this week at 8 p.m. Eastern, I'll be going live. Whoops. My phone is almost out of battery. So we'll be going live every day at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you missed any of the previous broadcasts, go to the videos tab on the Facebook page. You can watch them all. There's 100 videos here on the Facebook page for you to watch. Join the Preschool Teachers Are Superheroes Facebook group. And I will see you tomorrow night. Well, I will do another tour of a center tomorrow night here at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll talk to you later, and I'll come back in the comments and catch up with you all below. Bye.